Hello, I'm going to do the daily energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do. If it does not, leave the parts that do not. Don't take the parts that do not, because that wouldn't be very good. All right, and this is for January 17th. All right, so what you may possibly be struggling with, we have the Strength card. Struggling with confidence today. We have the Strength card, we have the Hermit, and we have the Hierophant. Could be a Taurus that you're struggling with today. Trying to find, could be that there is a Taurus that's putting a roadblock in the way, that there's somebody putting a roadblock in the way, but also that the snake here could represent your confidence as a roadblock, right? That you're lacking confidence in something today. So I'm going to get my Lenormand and we're going to clarify, what is the Strength card? All right, we have the Park, and that is happiness. Struggling with happiness. Struggling with directions. Struggling with what to do. We have the Hermit is clarified by the Coffin. Something may have ended. Something may have come to an end. Something may have stopped. It may be a relationship that ended. It could be a relationship that you feel is not going anywhere. You feel like this relationship has come to a dead end. You're trying to figure out, am I still happy in this relationship? Do I want to take the steps in this relationship? Do I want to keep moving forward? You know, what do I do here? We have the Hierophant and we have the Mask. So that's very interesting. I feel like there's a false belief. There's a false belief in something. That are you trying to make something out to be better than it actually is? Or is this situation better than it actually is, and you're just not seeing that you're ignoring something? You're putting a mask on it. You're like, no, I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to deal with it. I'm putting a mask over it. I don't really want to really dig deep. I don't want to work through things. I don't want to figure out how I really feel about a situation. All right. Your confidence is lacking in something. Could be a Leo. Could be a Leo too, because Taurus is Hierophant and Leo is Strength. So is there somebody that is overbearing that is around you? Are you trying to convince yourself that everything is okay? What do you need to look at? I love it. High Priestess. Four of Cups and Knight of Pentacles. So what do you need to look at? These cards here, the High Priestess, the Four of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. Listening to your inner voice, what is it telling you? I always feel like we have the answers within us. We just have to open our minds and our ears to hear it and to acknowledge it and to hear what it is that it's saying. And I feel like that's something that takes time. It takes practice. If we're not in that, right? That if we're not in that energy, that it takes some time. That listening to that, okay, so we have the tree, which is, you know, putting down roots, and that when you become more in tune with that inner voice, that it gives you that guidance and it shows you where you need to go. I feel that there is an opportunity that is coming in for you. There's a situation that's coming in for you that will give you the guidance, that will give you the direction and what it is that you need to go, or what it is that you need to do with this, or what will help you to build your confidence today. I love it. We have the Knight of Pentacles and we have the Storks, and that is that building. It's the Storks are building the nest, and it's something that takes time and it's working together, but it's building up that confidence of looking at the positive, of working things out, of that it's slow and steady progress. That's what I feel, is that this is something, finding the answers, finding your confidence, taking off this mask, is something that is going to take some time, and it's slow and it's steady, but it's one branch, one stick at a time, right? That these two birds are building this nest, and they lay each stick down, but it builds this beautiful nest for them to start a family with, right? Because they lay their eggs and then they have their chicks, and they're working together in this. So I feel that it's something that you have to realize that this is something that is going to take time in order for you to find the direction that you want to go in. But I feel that this opportunity does come in for you to see. I feel like there might be a sign around you today, right? That's going to help you in this. What's coming in for you? We have the Lovers, Gemini. Could be a Gemini coming in for you. We have the King of Cups, and we have the Moon, and that is Pisces. Could be a lot of people around you today, a lot of people going on. I feel that there's this calmness that's coming in, right? We have the Lovers, we have the King of Cups, and then we have the Moon. I feel that there is this calmness that comes in for you within relationships, and that it's just, you learn to let things go. But I also feel like it's this calmness with, sometimes we get so worked up and we get so worried about things, and then we start stressing about things and we lose our confidence in a situation. We start to get distracted and we're not able to focus on the goal. And we're trying to find other things to occupy our mind so that we don't really have to focus on the goal. And that's kind of, it's kind of like us working against ourselves, because we're like, I need to focus on this, but it's almost like we're fighting against ourselves because we're letting ourselves be distracted. So it's like you're wrecking you're affecting your own confidence because you're trying to distract yourself and procrastinate and not do things. All right, so let's clarify this Lover's card. We have best friend. That friendship, right? Because we have the dog, which represents that best friend and that friendship and that connection and that true partnership, right? That's what's coming in for you. You have to build your confidence in something. You have to take off your mask and your true feelings about a situation. This could have to do with a relationship, right? That you're losing confidence in, that you're really wondering, am I happy in this? Where do I want to go with this? That there's something that you're not facing, that you're not seeing, that you don't want to deal with, but you kind of know that feeling inside that you have to come to terms with it, and that will help to guide you on how to work on this. This relationship is something that's going to take time, there's going to have to be some changes within the relationship. There are things that you're going to have to let go of, right? There are things that you're going to have to take a closer look at, as what are those things that I need to let go of? Because I almost feel like it's the Ten of Wands, where you're building stuff up, that you're building things up, and that's starting to become a burden for you. We have the Moon, and then we have the Rider, which represents communication. Making sure that it's clear communication of what it is that you want to say. When you get in touch with that High Priestess and that inner voice and that feeling and that direction, that guidance that you have, make sure that your communication is clear. Don't sugarcoat things. Be honest and be true what it is that you're feeling. Because that's not going to help to build this nest here. That's not going to help to build things if you're not clear with how you're feeling. So taking your mask off today, realizing that things are going to take time, but be clear with your communication. All right, so let's get an oracle message to close this out. So I have my energy oracle. We have attachment. Are you attached to something? I feel like this goes back with what it is that you're struggling with, that there's an attachment to something that you have that is causing problems for you, that is having you put this false mask over yourself. This attachment is affecting this, right? That this attachment is, and there's a mask here too. There is a mask here that she had. Take the mask off today. All right, and then let's grab a wisdom oracle. close it out. We have chop wood. Get to it. Down to business. Make things happen, right? Chop wood. Chop wood, making things happen. Get to work. Get to work. Don't let this go another day. Don't let this go. If this relates to you, you know what I'm talking about, and you know how you've been putting it on the back burner, and you know how you've been trying to ignore the situation, but it's time for you to get down to business. It's time for you to listen to that inner voice and face things. And nothing's going to change if you don't start doing things to cause change. If you want change, be change. Change things. If you're not happy with something, then you make the change. All right, so I'm going to get my dragon cards. Haven't used these in a little bit. I feel like these two want to come out. We have dominance, believing in yourself, right? How important is that? Believing in yourself, having that confidence, because that's what you were struggling with today. And then we have transcendence, achieving success. It's those goals and those levels that you're going through to achieve success. There are steps that you have to take. There are things that you have to do. There are things that you have to see. There are things that you have to let go. In order to achieve success, there are steps that you have to do. Just like with the park here, right? Getting to the atrium, getting to the rewards, getting to the good part. There are steps that you have to take. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I hope you have an amazing day.